the other thing we were gonna say right before that, though. Oh yeah,
the worst things it did.
13 of 2 Blue Vortex of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex.
Also include somewhere that the chapter's rated a 2 out of 10.
Very major narrative mistakes, according to screenwriters who have given it a rating
their perspective
of only 2 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Okay. What are the 3 biggest mistakes, writing mistakes, chapter 13 made?
You included 2 Blue Vortex in there, right? Just making sure.
Earlier, chapter 13 of 2 Blue Vortex has made some very major narrative mistakes, according to screenwriters, who have given it a rating of only 2 out of 10. What are the 3 biggest writing... oh my god. Okay. What are the 3 most problematic writing
I like
mistakes
that wording, yeah. Problematic.
that were made in chapter 13? And why are they mistakes? How would you change these mistakes to rewrite the story in a more satisfying way that doesn't have these problems? From a screenwriter's perspective. Okay, let's see what this says.
Let's go. Yeah, that's so good. It's a good prompt right there.
While I don't have specific details about the screenwriter's critiques of Chapter 13 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, I can offer a general analysis of common narrative mistakes and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Number 1, inconsistent character motivations and actions. If characters act in ways that are inconsistent with their established motivations or previous actions, it can disrupt the story's coherence. For example, if Boruto and Kawaki's actions suddenly seem out of character,
so ask it which moments in chapter 13 reflect the analysis that the AI is given.
I'm going to read through this whole thing first. All right, number 2, lack of clear stakes and tension. If the stakes of the chapter aren't clearly defined, or if the tension feels forced or unearned, it can reduce the impact of pivotal moments. For instance, if the danger posed by the divine tree or the conflict between characters isn't adequately conveyed, readers might not feel invested in our outcomes. Number 3, overly complicated or confusing plot developments. If the plot is overly convoluted or introduces new elements in a confusing manner, it can alienate readers. Okay, I want to think of the first one. Okay.
Yeah, it's giving the things and then using moments as examples. I want it to do the opposite. Yeah. I want it to list the moments.
Yeah.
In particular.
Can you list a specific moment that exemplifies point number 1 about character inconsistencies?
I like that one, yeah.
Certainly, examples of character... Okay, in previous chapters, Kawaki's been portrayed as fiercely protective of Boruto, driven by a strong sense of responsibility to safeguard him. His actions and decisions have been consistently motivated by a desire to protect his friends. Okay, inconsistent chapter 13. Kawaki, who has always been careful and deliberate, suddenly decides to confront a powerful enemy on his own without a plan or backup, putting himself and Boruto at unnecessary risk. This reckless behavior starkly contrasts with his previous cautious and strategic approach. What is it talking about?
Let's see if it knows the Shinju. So ask it if the Shinju are portrayed accurately in chapter 13. Or if their character inaccuracies there, or whatever.
Are the Shinju portrayed in a in chapter 13?
Yeah, I'd use the word characterization as well. Characterization would be good there.
Is the characterization of the Shinju portrayed in an accurate and consistent manner compared to previous chapters. I mean, we just wanted to say that Jura's reason for leaving is bad.
I know. Yeah. Which is the one thing it doesn't want to give us specifics.
I know. It says that, okay, I'm just skipping ahead. That Shinju's role in chapter 13 should align with previous impact of the story. Potential inconsistencies.
Oh.
No, none of these. Okay.
So
was
generally
Jura's reason for leaving nonsensical, leaving Boruto alive, nonsensical given his previous words and motivations?
That's so biased. I love it. Which is one thing you don't want to include.
I know. I just want
so loaded
to agree.
Yeah.
This is not okay. This is where this would be bad. Like, it's saying like, well, if it was previously depicted as blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just like
I would ask it to compare two different moments and ask it if those two different moments are consistent or inconsistent, and why. If I was going to go,
wait, this is funny.
route
Examples of inconsistency. If Jura previously stated that eliminating Boruto was critical to achieving his goals, and if he had shown a willingness to act decisively in the past, then suddenly sparing Boruto without a clear reason would seem nonsensical. If Jura now decides to spare Boruto due to a new understanding of the situation or a strategic advantage, this decision should be explicitly explained. For example, he might realize that Boruto's survival could play a key role in addressing the Divine Tree threat or leverage Boruto for future negotiations. See, there you go. It's proven our point. Yeah, if it was explicitly explained in a good way.
Well, this is the way to ask what you're asking in an unbiased way, is you would basically say what the AI is saying to you right now. If this is how it was depicted previously, then is it now depicted consistently or inconsistently?
Here's what I'm going to say. In chapter
moment?
12, Jura said that Boruto needed to die because he was
I was just
dangerous.
Gonna say yes, but that's just what we want at this point.
In chapter 13, Jura decided to leave Boruto alive because Hidari's dangerous. Oh, hold on. I'm going to add this in chapter 12. And made no mention of Hidari's thorn soul bulb being in danger of rotting. God. In chapter 13, Jura decided to leave Boruto alive because Hidari's thorn soul bulb might rot. Are these two chapters and Jura
inconsistency?
Is this an inconsistency in Jura's characterization and decision making? Yes, there is an apparent inconsistency in Jura's characterization and decision making. Previous justification. Jura stated that Boruto needed to die because he was dangerous. This implies that Jura viewed Boruto as a significant threat whose removal was necessary to Jura's At the time, Jura's primary concern was Boruto's danger to others, and there was no mention of other concerns like Hidari's thorn soul bulb. Change justification. Jura decides to spare Boruto because of the risk to Hidari's thorn soul bulb rotting. This shift in justification introduces a new concern, the condition of Hidari's thorn soul bulb, that was not previously mentioned and seems to contradict Jura's earlier rationale. It appears as though Jura's decision-making criteria have changed abruptly without explanation. Possible explanations for the inconsistency: lack of foreshadowing. Blah blah blah. If they had introduced the Thornsoul Bulb's condition prior, it would be better, basically. Because they're saying if it was introduced without the foreshadowing, it can seem like a plot device rather than a consistent characterization. Absolutely. Jorah might have gained new information or experienced a change of perspective between the chapters, but that's not true, because if Jorah's concern for Hidari's Thornsoul Bulb is newly revealed or developed as a significant factor, this needs to be clearly communicated to avoid confusion. It wasn't. It's not a strategic reevaluation based on how it's done.
You should ask it why this is a problem, just for the haters out there. But you should ask it in a way that is like, is this problematic for the writing, this inconsistency? Is this inconsistency
I'm going to take a screenshot after this, but real quick, in chapter, this is addressing it. Includes scenes or dialogue that clarify why Jorah's shift focuses from Boruto's danger to the health of the Thornsoul Bulb. Such as, I don't know, let's just say, here's the easiest one. The easiest fix in the world. Have Hidari's Thornsoul Bulb visually do something. Let's just say it starts to crack. Just something to indicate that it's rotting. This is the easiest fix in the world. You literally don't have to change anything about the chapter now. Just draw the Thornsoul Bulb looking like something's happening. Problem solved. Almost. I guess Jorah could still snipe, but at least it visually shows their urgency aspect. That's the easiest fix in the world they could have done. Foreshadowing, blah, blah, blah. Internal monologue. Yeah, I mean, these are all fine. Okay. First, I'm going to...
In fact, there's a reason for it to be there. We've already mentioned it off stream. The fact that Kawaki blew it up. Let's just say that increased the speed of its rotting or whatever.
Yeah, it's so easy. I'm screenshotting all of this, though, just because...
important thing. My God. Ridiculous.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, but just for the haters that are going to say, it's not that big of a deal. Why is this inconsistency problematic for the writing? I would do the next one.
Inconsistency.
I see a kitty cat. It's far away. It's going to run away
the writing
before I get near it.
Of Boruto to Vortex. After this, I really need to start my rise.
Yeah, I know. You said that for the past 30 minutes.
The opposite of what I wanted, but this is so funny. I'm glad you brought up Trippy's video now. Thank you, Space. This is all thanks to
you. The Spacey Wacy podcast.
Yeah, this is all for you, Space. Why is this inconsistency problematic for the writing Boruto to Blue Vortex? The inconsistency in Jorah's characterization between chapter 12 and 13 is problematic for several reasons. Number one, character credibility. I think you can kind of get. It's hard to trust the character's decisions and motivations, blah, 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 because they're inconsistent. Narrative coherence. Consistent character motivations and decisions are crucial for maintaining narrative coherence, blah, blah, blah. It can disrupt the story's logical flow, and it makes sense. Plot developments. If the decision to spare Boruto is based on a new concern about the Thornsoul Bulb, this new element should be well integrated into the plot. Introducing significant plot devices or shifts in rationale without proper setup can make the story feel disjointed. Reader engagement, it kind of goes without saying. How to mitigate such issues. Yeah. The obvious. Okay.
All I needed was the several reasons. Problematic for several reasons.
Let me screenshot this too.
Yeah. What's the clip of this one? Proof Boruto is bad.
AI proves Boruto is bad.
I was thinking that would be a good title, but I'm afraid if I have it worded that way, people aren't going to click. Because I don't care if AI proves it. Yeah, it's just whatever. But if it's tied, if it's rage bait, this is proof. Undeniable proof. Or even, I got it. We proved Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is, even going crazy, the worst manga in history, but I don't know about all that. I think just It's Bad would be good for the focus on the first part. We proved Boruto's 2 Blue Vortex is bad. I think that's a perfect title right there.
I'm gonna write this right under the images. We proved Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is bad. I put in Boruto topics.
Okay, perfect.
That's honestly more of an intro topic, but All right.